Good morning, folks. I'm your host. It's 8 a.m. Tuesday morning, February 12th. BKP, let's start out by telling you that you can participate, you can get involved, you can contact me. You could even be on the show if you wanted to. Send me a text message. Right there are all the ways you can communicate with the show. And that phone number is a 24/7 number that you can text anytime or call. Our email and all the social media ways that you can follow the show and everything else we have going on. I'm your host, BKP. So now this morning, obviously out there, I know most of the viewers. And in fact, there's absolutely no way you feel bad for Nancy Pelosi. I understand that. I get it. There's nothing at all that can happen that would cause you to feel bad for Nancy Pelosi. Put up number 33. We're not going to start there, okay? Okay. But Omar here apologized for claiming U.S. politicians are paid to be pro-Israel. And that's at 4 a.m. MSNBC this morning Central Time. So 5 o'clock right out of the box, that's what they're starting with. Now, this lady did not apologize. She did not, okay? Nancy Pelosi got up yesterday morning and said, I brought you into this political world. I will take your ass out of this political world, young lady, very quickly. Now, because I'm the DCCC, and I need funding, and I need to raise funds, and that's why I'm speaker, is I am the best fundraiser, probably one of the best in America. Both parties, hands down, Nancy Pelosi, that's why she's there. And I am one of the best fundraisers, and the reason we have control today, not your head-covered rear end. So you issue an apology and you do it now. Nancy gets up in a new world every day wondering what one of these imbeciles is going to do today. What is Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez going to do today? What is this lady what is one of these politically identified individuals going to do today? You see, Muslim does not fit the Democrats, but it was the only place to go. So you're shocked that a Muslim said something anti-Semitic. Nancy, what are you going to do? Number two, I got up this morning, it was like Christmas. I ran downstairs to see what was under the Christmas tree. Nothing. I mean, I was waiting this morning because every day, as you well know, my number one thing, now a lot of you misunderstand me, the show sometimes, and what I do and what I enjoy to do. When Donald Trump became president of the United States, just made my day for many reasons, but one being now my study of the deep state media and being able to come out and say what's really happening, how tied they are to the Democrats and carrying the water, I could do on a daily basis. I like to study them. Every single morning, as you well know, I watch some CNN, I watch MSNBC, Fox. I flip through the channels to see what direction they're going. And trust me, when the shutdown is happening and they can lead you to believe there's cracks in the President of the United States support, that even his supporters, even the most staunch Republicans in Washington are concerned. His numbers are down to 36. He has the worst numbers. So many more Republicans today think he should leave than continue his. I mean, the polling after polling that they shove down our throats every day on how bad this guy is. But this morning, yesterday afternoon, I went home. I flipped on the TV. It happened to be on MSNBC, Nicole Wallace, okay? So Nicole Wallace is on there, and as I always tell you, they wheel in. They've got these carts, these special carts to hold these massive brains that these people have. I mean, they're big, enormous heads. They're so smart, and they wheel them in and tip them up so they can be talking heads on these shows. And yesterday, they were going around the table with Nicole Wallace, and all of the media yesterday, they were discounting Rasmussen. Now, Rasmussen's polling, if it come out tomorrow that Trump's at 30%, you would see MSNBC, ABC, CBS, CNN, you would see them immediately highlighting Rasmussen to the most respectable poll in the industry. But yesterday, Rasmussen took a credibility hit in the media, okay, because Trump's approval hit 52, the daily tracking. This is after he shut the government down. This is after government employees, long after we're in a bread line. This is not supposed to happen. They do not know what to do with this. This messed their day up. But this morning I thought to myself, you know what? I know they're going to come out and they're going to tell us. I mean, I know all the networks are going to tell us, you know, hey, Trump's had a 52 approval. Okay? Now, they will not discuss that on the same day that his daily tracking, they have a daily tracking over at Rasmussen. I mean, he could be down to 49 this morning. He could be up to 55. We don't know. But on this same day in Obama, Trump is actually tracking with higher approval ratings in his term, first term of office, than Obama. They never talk about that. But that's okay. You see, here's the bottom line. 52% of America, and I do think it's higher. I think anything Trump has a margin of error for the people, okay, for the people that will not fess up, as they say, that they support Trump, they approve of Trump, they agree with Trump. So 52%. The people, the State of the Union, they like this guy. Now, not the pockets of wackos, okay? But overall America, they like the guy. They check off a list. Hey, the guy loves this country. Checks it off. The guy would do anything to make sure I can keep a job and, you know, and my job doesn't go overseas. I mean, Americans just start checking off these simple things, and they like the guy. And they think the way he tweets out sometimes, it's not the end of the world. It's only the end of other people's world. But anyhow, I thought that would be. But no, last night, okay, this morning, is the dueling, number 4. All right, there's Beto. There's Beto O'Rourke. Now, if you notice, let's go to, okay, give me number 11, okay? Now, this is not made up, okay? I'm gonna give you this. All right? And I just want you to see a couple things here as number 11. Now, they're all over. I want to go to all my Beto pictures this morning. Okay? And it won't take but a minute. Hang tight, folks. Give me number 38. I want to go to these just for a minute. Trump versus O'Rourke. This was at 1 a.m. Pacific time. I mean, right out of the box. They painted this El Paso. You would have thought it was a cage match, but look at this picture here, okay? Look at number 39. Number 39, we'll throw it in there, Trump versus O'Rourke, okay? That's at 4 a.m. this morning. Right out of the box, they're going for that. But look at the way the picture is of O'Rourke. Look at the picture of Trump, okay? Let's see what else I have. Let's go to number 43. I just want to run through these for a minute because we're going to talk about crowd size. Does size matter? Is size an issue? Does size matter? It must to the media because they have a size issue, okay? There's number 43. O'Rourke clashes with Trump over border wall, says El Paso is safe not because of walls, but in spite of walls. Wow, he is quite an inspirational guy, but look at that picture. And let's see what else I might have there on that. And that's pretty much it. Let's go to number 47. Okay. Lawmakers reach a deal. But I just want you to see the picture of Trump with the backdrop. And let's go to, all right, let's go to number 4 again. Now, I want to explain something, all right, that they're playing games with. There's two things, okay? Size does matter. Trump's rally, I watched it in El Paso. I enjoyed it. And I've looked through El Paso, all the negative things that are being said where El Paso is concerned. You know, just check the local government structure there and who's making some of these statements with MSNBC and CNN and all of them trying to promote that the president is nothing but a liar. But if you notice, every single thing they do where Beto O'Rourke is concerned, they want the view, the picture to look like he's a rock star. They want you to think that he just sang his greatest hit ever and he's Mick Jagger and he's a rock star. I'm serious. Go through the pictures and see how they frame him up. Now, I'm just telling you, I want you to watch that. They're trying to make a rock star out of him, okay? Hang on, I want you to put one other one up. Politico, number 10, okay? Beto takes on Trump in tale of 2 mega rallies. Now, here's what I want to do this morning, and it's not to offend you. It's the how do I talk to my friends about Trump and CNN and MSNBC saying he lies about the crowd size. And we want to go over that, okay? Beto takes on Trump. There's no reason to argue or fight. I call them your friends. I don't know them. But there's no reason to argue or fight. But there is a way to have the discussion that if they're I want to say nice words. But there's a way to have the discussion that if you're having this discussion, we'll get to it in a minute with someone, and they can't grasp this, they're a moron. Move on. I mean, seriously, they're a moron. Move on. They can't pass the moron test. Get out of the way. Let them go. All right. Boom. All right. Beto takes on Trump in the tale of 2 mega rallies. This is the picture, okay, they're trying to paint. Now, here's something I didn't put up. I didn't write this early. Put this up. Number 11, okay? This is MSNBC now. Beto O'Rourke rallies thousands to counter Trump. Thousands, okay? Number 12, MSNBC again. Beto O'Rourke rallies thousands to counter Trump, okay? Number 13, police estimate of Trump rally size. Now, this is the police estimate. 10 to 12,000 inside and outside the El Paso County Coliseum. All right? This is what MSNBC is saying. All right? 10 to 12,000. So let's stay with that for a minute because size matters. And we want to get into... all right, size matters. Now, first of all, let me explain something. The Secret Service is a nervous wreck right now, okay? They have never in their history had anybody that commands the audience as like Donald Trump. They've never had it, okay? This is new to the Secret Service. Now, although MSNBC, CNN, ABC, CBS, the works, will never talk about our president Donald J. Trump in the tense of respect. They'll never talk of him in respect that he's the president of the United States. But the Secret Service knows this is the president of the United States. Never have they dealt with this. Okay? Bill Clinton, okay, ran for re-election, never got these crowd size. George W. Bush, Barack Hussein Obama never went and got these crowd sizes. It just didn't happen, okay? They could say this. Now, there was times I could have somebody fact-checking me now and argue, Obama went here and gave this speech and there was 18,000. You know, that happened once every 18 months or something when they orchestrated something that was pretty big. Trump can't go anywhere. His bottom number is 10,000. He can't go anywhere without a bottom number of 10,000. So first of all, the Secret Service is having to deal with this. Now, the reason, you know, there's going to be media, and I don't like to be the defender in some areas, but I'm going to defend the President of the United States and very clearly tell you that's what I'm doing this morning. Now, are there other areas, and this is how you can talk to your friends, well, he only brought in 6,000, he swears it's 10, and they made a special deal and let 10 in, and he lies, and he can't fill the big... There's other places in El Paso, okay? There's other places in the United States that shoots the Secret Service's nerves that will hold many more than 6, 8, 10,000 people. But do you know what it's like to pre-set up and pre-screen, all right? Now, when Trump has a rally, if it starts at 9 o'clock at night Eastern time, do you realize they do like a 4 in the afternoon sweep? That all the media has to have their equipment in, and it's 9 o'clock at night, 5 hours in advance, right? The media has to have all their equipment in, so they have to come in. And they have to do a sweep of the location. Meaning that's not just at 5. The Secret Service has to send a full team and a security team well in advance of 5 o'clock to secure the facility, decide what entrances they will allow to be used for security. Then, these are the things you don't see. Then at 5 o'clock, at 4 o'clock, they open the door to the media. The media all goes in. They set up their equipment. They set up everything. They do all the testing of their mics, all the above. And then they have to leave. They have to completely leave, go out of there, shut the doors, and then there's called a security sweep to make sure that one of the media bags, I mean, God forbid, is not got a bomb in it, or one of the cameras that's set up is not, I mean, they bring the dogs in, they bring everything in, they do a complete sweep of the place. Then they have to start letting people in from this massive line, all right? And that has to, you're going inside to see the President of the United States. Okay, now they have to do a major security check to put these people in. So not only is the crowd size very important, but the work and what people have to go through. People show up for a Trump rally, President of the United States rally, 24 hours in advance. They stand outside by the thousands. And then they have to endure these long lines, and they can't go to every door. It's not a concert. Okay, you scan the ticket, thank you, a little one. This is the President of the United States. So they minimize entrances, and they start getting the people in there. That's why they open the doors like 3 hours in advance, so they can make sure they do these security sweep, they get the people in, and they secure it. It is a nightmare. This is my words. It's a nightmare for Secret Service to do this. They don't know what they're when he does all these rallies right before the election. This is the first time in the history of the Secret Service that they've had to go out front. Now, not that they can't do it, but they have to go out front Excuse me, still dealing with a cough. I apologize. It's very rude. Marco Rubio moment. Okay, so they have to go out front, city to city, and this has to happen over and over. And they're wondering to themselves right now, how in the world are we going to do this? What happens when he wants to do 5 in a day? This guy will. Now, the media doesn't like it. Okay, the media doesn't like anything about it, but he's in good health. I mean, the doctors out there at Walter Reed say, hey, this guy's in good health. I tell you what, Trump at his age and both of his health reports from Ronnie Jackson last year to this year's health report of doctors, okay, this guy should be the walking spokesperson for a Big Mac. I mean, if I'm McDonald's, I knock everybody out of the way and I get this guy to hold my Big Mac and say, I'm 72. Anyhow, backing up. So it takes an enormous amount of work to do this. It's not like Beto O'Rourke down the street and they throw up a stage and they put a rock band there, because people will assemble for a rock band. Now, they play some music over the loudspeakers. All right? They play some music over the loudspeakers. They get a couple people to come in, not a warm-up act, not a band. They get a couple people to come in, locals, that will talk to the crowd, the local GOP that'll talk to the crowd, try to whip them up in a frenzy. Are you excited the president's going to be in our town today? Yeah, all right. So all that happens, but not a band. Go back to number 4 really quick with Beto and then come back to this. Okay? All right. Rockstar, the drummer, just left the stage. I mean, they are jamming over there. They're pushed up to the front. They've got their phones up, taking pictures. Everything about this is like a rock star, but there's not the security, okay, and not the detail that has to go in. Go back to the other one there of having 10,000 to 12,000 people. Now, this is first of all, you will say you do know. They will assign somebody to every rally. And this is what's very amusing to that they consider themselves news. They will assign themselves to a team to every single rally, okay? And they will go through police officer after police officer, no disrespect, officer, but they'll go through officer after officer till they get the officer that says what they want to hear. They will go through local politician after local politician until they get what they want to hear. And they will go through everything they do on every time he goes somewhere to discredit the President of the United States and never tell the truth of what it's like. It is enormous. They don't know what to do with this. So I'm going to say there was 10,000 there. Some people are saying the place seats 6, okay? But I do want to show this before we go to break. All right. Number 1. All right. This is Laura Ingraham tweeted this out. Laura tweeted this out. It was 45 degrees outside, and this was the overflow crowd. Look at that as far as you could see. That's the outside. They're not getting in. They're wearing the red hats. The media will not show you this. They will not show you this crowd size, because size matters. Because thousands showed up for O'Rourke is what they will say. They're not denying anything with O'Rourke. They're trying to build him up and tear your president down, okay? And look at the outside. Now, let me tell you another thing that happens. And if people don't know, I don't know what to do. Let's just say it like this. So you're looking at somebody and you say, well, he lies. He says he had 10,000. He only had 6. You say, look, let me ask you a question. Do you really understand what all is involved for the President of the United States to hold one of these massive rallies? No. Okay. Well, then you're a moron. Okay? So go home and continue to be a moron. I don't know. That wasn't nice. I mean, I understand I should be nice, but come on already. All right, here's what happens. You have to go online, all right? You're supposed to go online and print your ticket out. They're free. They get requests. There's no number. It doesn't stop of requests because it's first come, first serve, all right? So, first of all, they get 60 to 70,000 requests online for a ticket. I have done this, okay? Remember when the President of the United States had 30,000 for now Governor Brian Kemp down in Macon on a Saturday or a Sunday? 30,000 at the airport in Macon, Georgia, right? You have to go online, okay? You tell them who you are, and you print your ticket. So I think for last night in El Paso, they had something like 65,000 requests for tickets. Then they have the place full. So it holds 6. So they had 8. Trump said 10. So let's say they had 8 inside. It's full. It's full to the rafters, okay? Just to see the president. This is outside alone. This is not even inside, okay? What did they say? What they were the number 14, El Paso Times. This is not a Democrat-leaning paper, obviously, right? Fact check. Trump says 10,000 at El Paso County Coliseum rally. Fire department says not true. An El Paso Fire Department spokesman said no special permission was given by the fire department, and the Coliseum had about 6,500 people in it during the president's rally. They go in a search out. You got to remember, this is Beto O'Rourke. He goes right in. Beto, he's a nice young man. He's a nice kid. He said, yeah, he's got a nice first name, Beto. Oh, it's a good name, all right? He's a nice young man. I understand he's down there with a set of drums and he's got a rock band going and he's saying, no wall, no wall. You know, it's immoral, no wall. I understand all that. He's a nice kid. Well, you realize this is Beto O'Rourke's former district. This was his district. This guy can't get 1,000 people down the street. They can lie. Nobody's talking about it. They only say thousands. They say Beto O'Rourke 1,000. Nobody, you cannot go on. Please send them to me. You have my email address. You have my number to text me. Send me pictures of the thousands, the crowd size at Beto O'Rourke's rally that you can't find on the internet. Now, I did a search. Maybe I'm missing them. But they're not showing them. I mean, if Beto O'Rourke had 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 people, whatever, you would have the internet blown up with these pictures of this enormous crowd. You see, go back to the, wait a minute, let me go to this one here. Go to number 15, El Paso Times. The El Paso County Coliseum holds 6,500 people, but President Trump told the crowd that his campaign got special permission from El Paso Fire Department to let in 10,000. Not true, they're saying, okay? Now, oh, God, what's the one I'm looking for here now? Go back to Laura Ingram's tweet. That's number 1 or number 2, right there. Folks, the crowd size outside in 45-degree weather in El Paso, Beto O'Rourke's former district, is 15 times larger outside wanting to get in to see the President of the United States than the actual crowd that got to see the rock star. Number 4, okay? Don't forget, this is what they'll do with him. They'll paint him as a rock star, but there's no picture of his crowd. I'm your host, BKP. Size Matters. We'll be right back. And I think if I was President of the United States, every time something was screwed up, I would say, hey, maybe it's because I got high. Never know. Take us a break.